Here we are on the should do guided notes for 3.4. I'm going to start off just outlining a proof of why corresponding angles have to be congruent. Our main goal here is to actually understand why the things that we've said in the previous page are true. So we've been saying that all of these types of angles on the left-hand side are always congruent, and all of the types of angles on the right are always supplementary. And now we're going to see how we can prove that that's true. So we're going to start two blank angles, such as angles A and B. So this is angle A, this is angle B. Those two angles are known as, go figure, corresponding angles. So two corresponding angles, such as A and B, can be coincided using what kind of transformation? A translation. When you translate A to B, you are taking angle A, basically picking it up and transporting it along the vector from here to here. Along the vector, let me do that in a better color, from here to here. And that vector is known as, well, it starts at point X and ends at point Y, so it's known as vector XY, and you put a little arrow over it like that. Thus, corresponding angles are always what? They're always congruent to each other. Because congruent means that they can be coincided using rigid motions, and in this case, it's a translation. So we think about being able to pick this angle up, move it down here using a translation, and ending up on top of angle B. Since A and B correspond with each other using rigid motions, that makes them congruent. True or false? Vertical angles are called vertical because they go up and down. The answer to this is very much false. Has nothing to do with it. This is something I said in the last video. They're just the same word. Vertical can mean up and down, or vertical can mean opposite from each other in this bow tie shape. They both mean totally different things, but have the same word for some reason. Just wanted to clarify that. And here we're going to show why we know that vertical angles are always congruent to each other. So for example, 1 and 3 are vertical angles, and the other pair of vertical angles, can you see what they are? Angles 2 and 4 are vertical to each other. So such as angle 1 and angle 3, two what angles? Those are called vertical angles. Two vertical angles, such as angles 1 and 3, can be coincided using we're thinking what kind of rigid motion would turn them into one another. If I take the center point right here and then rotate around like this, or I guess for 1 and 3, you would rotate around like this. So using a rotation by 180 degrees, thus vertical angles are always congruent.